and getting to the question, actually, because I don't think I've actually answered it. How significant is him resigning from the academy, right? So they're saying if now that he's resigned, he'll no longer have access to. Let me read this quick because I don't know it off the top of my head. But academy screenings and events. Don't know what that means. He'll also not be allowed to vote in the academy awards. Who cares? And he still could be nominated for awards since being a member is not a requirement for eligibility. So
I think it would have mattered more if they fired him from it.
here, my whole thing is it doesn't matter, right? I don't think it's significant. Listen, oh come on, Lucas Joyner came out with a song about him earlier, about a year or two ago. Way more significant than any award from the Oscars will ever be, right? Getting your rewards
But
from
but nah, because
screw the Academy. Academy's a joke.
in that realm, almost like us as YouTubers, we want those streaming awards. Yes, they might not matter to other people, but we want them because it gives us validation. Kind of like for them.
Wouldn't you rather have a million people watch our show than to receive an award from YouTube, right? And by the way, I enjoy YouTube platform they offer. I'm not talking about you. This isn't a shot at YouTube at all, but I'm saying, yeah, but which one matters more? I would rather a multitude of my peers saying that guy is one of the best at what he does, and he puts art into he puts work into his art, into his craft. I'd rather that than whatever, some streaming service to say here's your award for being.
But also they kind of go hand in hand, because if people are not watching, you can't get the award.
But the Oscars aren't. This dude was going to put out them movies no matter what. So this is why I'm saying YouTube's a bad example, because YouTube actually is a great platform for us to be able to do this on. But the Oscars, they don't give him the right or the means or any of that to go out and do this stuff. This is just for them to be able to gloat themselves and look at look at the great things we're doing.
It's almost
the Oscars is a joke. It's been a joke for years.
I think for actors, though, winning an Oscar is almost like being nominated to the Hall of Fame. In their sport.
I agree, but the Hall of Fame
hasn't something not many people get. Just like think about the NFL the NFL. Let's go with the NFL. Everybody's not going to be a Hall of Famer. Just like with acting, everyone's not going to win an Oscar. But when you do, it solidifies your career.
Like, I don't know who's watching the Oscars anymore, but I know people do. So those who do,
a lot of times people be upset when people don't win Oscars. They say the one time Denzel won it for Training Day.
But that's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. That's why it doesn't matter what these people think, because they don't know what's best. You have a bunch of clowns saying who's best who have gotten it wrong for years, right? Will Smith just won his first. Samuel Jackson just won his first. Like, Denzel didn't win one for the longest time. Like, this is why it doesn't matter. Like, having Lucas
Joyner, we can't say what it might not matter to us because we're not in that profession. But
I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all. I'm saying it means more to have your peers. And by the way, his peers are not our peers, right? So I'm saying Lucas Joyner, something like that, right? Those are his peers, right? Our peers are not Lucas Joyner. But I'm saying to have his peers give him his credit when he deserves it, after he whatever he does, instead of some guy like 20 years later being like, all right, yeah, we'll give you one because you haven't, that's not the same thing, man. Like, it's something, but it shouldn't matter the same. It shouldn't. Like I said, I'd rather have a million people who are my peers watch this show than for than for Amazon to come and say, here's a thing because you guys' show is so great. I could care less about putting some plaque on my wall if the viewers weren't there. I'd rather have them, and I'd rather have them appreciate the show. But I agree, it matters some. I'm not saying it doesn't matter at all, but I think the Academy is a joke.
Everyone feels differently. It just depends on who you are. But
that's why I appreciate guys like we were just talking about him. The Cowboys wide receiver. You said he's going to play in the fan controlled league. T.O.
Yeah, we'll talk about him.
No, it wasn't him. It was Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson who didn't show up to his own Hall of Fame thing, right?
No, it was Terrell.
Terrell. Okay, what's Terrell? Okay, I respect that. People were so mad at him, and I'm like, why? Why? These people disrespected him for years. He knew he was worthy. Their validation doesn't matter. If you know that I belong there. I'm in the greats. I don't care when you guys tell me I belong there. Like, I already know I belong. Like, I appreciate that, and I liked that when he did that. I was all for it.